Hello, happy Sunday. How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good. This is Dave, the Meniere's Experience. Earlier today, I saw a post that was asking if Epstein Barr virus and Meniere's were related. The quick answer is no, they're not. They're both in the herpes family, but they're both different things. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that right now. This is like my eighth time making this video, but that's okay. So, Epstein Barr virus is a herpes 4 virus. Now, there's 8 of them. I didn't realize there was 8 herpes viruses. Um, and I was kind of taken back because I didn't even realize it was 4. I thought it was only 3. Um, so, let's talk about this for a minute. Epstein Barr virus is one of the most common human viruses in the world. Epstein Barr is also known as human herpes virus 4 and is a member of the herpes virus family. Most people get infected with EPV in their lifetime, especially in childhood, and symptoms don't generally come out. They can lay dormant for a while. Um, and when they do, you might never know you have it because you might think it's a cold or a flu, which is here are the symptoms for Epstein Barr, and you're going to notice none of them mix. Fatigue, fever, inflamed throat, swollen lymph node in the back of the neck, enlarged spleen, swollen liver, rash. And usually you start getting better within 2 to 4 weeks, and sometimes fatigue can last a little longer. Um, how's it spread? Okay, kissing, sharing drinks and food, sharing cups, eating utensils, toothbrushes. Prevention, same, avoid kissing, sharing, drinking, food, using the same personal items. The treatment, drink fluids, stay hydrated, get plenty of rest, take over the counter medications for pain and fever. So it's the same as what you would do for a cold, a flu, COVID maybe. So there's nothing there. I mean, there's nothing that's saying you get vertigo, you get dizziness, ear fullness, tinnitus. There's nothing that does this. It's a mess. So the connection between it, there is none. None. Could you have both? Yes. Okay, I don't see why you couldn't. So I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that have both. Now this is from the CDC.gov, Epstein Barr / Epstein Barr virus, and this post is literally May 9th, 2024, so 2 years ago. Okay, now we're going to talk about. So there's no connection, but I want you to understand how many herpes viruses there are. There's HSV1, oral herpes, which is cold sores. HSV2, genital herpes. There's the varicella zoster virus, which is the one that they kind of think is with Meniere's, which is a theory of it, and that's why some doctors will try you on the antiviral, because that the antiviral is made for this, made for these first 3. What do you call it? It could lie dormant, but it's like shingles, chickenpox, shingles, things like that. So yeah, it can be. All right. But I've had chickenpox, shingles, but my Meniere's was not caused by the virus, that varicella zoster virus, because antivirals didn't work for me. Epstein Barr, we just talked about. Cytomegalovirus, which I didn't know. They call this one HHV5. Common virus that usually causes no symptoms in healthy people. However, it can cause serious complications in compromised individuals and newborns if the mother is infected during pregnancy. I don't even know what that is, but we're not here to talk solely about that. Then there's uh, herpes virus 6 and 7. Um, and this is one I didn't know, is basically rosella. I didn't know that that was roseola, the redness of the cheeks. I didn't ever realize that was a herpes virus. Um, and 6 and 7 are similar, um, and it's but the 7 is often presented in the saliva of healthy adults. The other one's categorized high fever, mild spotty rash. So I didn't know that, And that's what I mean about looking things up. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't. And Kaposia sarcoma associated herpes virus, KSHV, this virus does not typically cause acute illness in healthy people. However, in incompromised individuals, those with AIDS or HIV or AIDS, it can lead to the development of Kaposia sarcoma, which is a form of skin cancer. And I was like, whoa, that kind of took me back a little bit. Um, so yeah, herpes really isn't anything to laugh about, but the only one here on that list is associated with anything with Meniere's is the varicella virus, the varicella zoster virus. Okay, the rest of them have nothing to do with Meniere's, and like I said, you can have both, or you can have a varied combination. But and also remember that even though I did see one of the main people for that always thought it was a virus, it's still considered theoretical. And some doctors still will start you out with antiviral to see if that controls your Meniere's. Um, so that's it for that. I just wanted to answer that question. It was a good question. Um, but for those who, do have Meniere's disease, don't go super panicky about it, because unless you've got other symptoms like swollen lymph nodes and things like that, or you're getting, let's go back over here. You're having a fever, inflamed throat, swollen lymph nodes. I mean, I don't know how you'd know you had a swollen spleen, an enlarged spleen, or a swollen liver, or a rash. Yeah, it's not going to be anything. There's nothing there that meshes. So don't go into a panic. And other than that, I will talk to you all later. Take care. Have a great Memorial Day tomorrow. Like I said, I just made a quick little video about it. I'm not going to say Happy Memorial Day, but it's Memorial Day. It's a day to honor those who have fallen for our freedoms in wars and skirmishes and battles. Those men and women who passed away fighting for our freedoms. Remember that. It's not a day of barbecues in the beginning of summer. It's not. Regardless of what the news tells you, it's not. So on that note, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.